Hello, and welcome back to Therapist Plays Silent Hill F. Okay, we are back in the shadow realm of the severely damaged but increasingly overpowered Hinako. And, does seem like we're getting towards the end here. I just hope we're done with the modifications. I hope that this is the extent of our full power. Because it's going to be pretty tough to beat the shit out of her with the pipette when we switch roles again. Oh, but it's so awful, the amount of suffering. Yes, all of the Foxmen. Their Foxmen machinations. Ugh, they disgust me. The blackbird wishes to take the white bird. The white bird wishes to resist. The fox brings along his followers in triumph. He notices not the two birds in conflict. Okay, looks like we've got a puzzle on our hands. Okay. So there's something to the things that they're carrying then? Are they? Hinako, are they incredible? I was thinking they're horrific. They have too many teeth. That's what I think. An ornate scroll. Purify once and for all. Leave the filth of your world behind. The filth of this world. My goodness, girl. It's so much trauma on her. The pressure to conform and, like, no real other options to do so in her world. It saddens me greatly that, like, this is an option on the table, is, like, compress her personality and find twisted ways to accept what's going on. Family physician's log. Mr. Hidetoshi and his wife have passed away, one after the other. At the time of death, the skin all over their bodies was covered in sores and had begun sloughing off. The smell was indescribably awful. I couldn't bear to take a closer look. The head of the house did not give permission to perform autopsies on the bodies. There will be no funeral, and they'll be sent to be cremated immediately. The oldest son has passed away. Again, there will be no funeral, and the body will be sent away for cremation. The eldest and second-born daughters are also experiencing symptoms that are worsening by the hour. I believe they will be in critical condition by tomorrow at the latest. So this I'm sort of unsure about, like, the sort of pus and sickness and illness that's, like, bloomed on people and the environment. Is that, like, also a metaphorical thing that kind of represents, like, the encroaching nature of all of this stuff on Hinako's life? I'm not sure, because we read things like that and it presents sort of a grounded, almost like a virus. But I'm sure all will be revealed. So keep going here. What's this way? Oh! It's time to use our fix arm. Which, I mean, we have it, so I might as well use it. Get him! Oh my god, it's so brutal. Yeah, I saw that shit coming. Oh! I put myself into quite the predicament here. Let's get out of there. Get him, Hinako! Make sure I siphon that soul. God, it is quite claustrophobic, though. Okay. I'll take those. Gotta get something out of this. Black sparrow crest. A badge with something carved into it. Looks like a black sparrow. Housemaid's note. Shortly after I became their maid, there was talk of an arranged marriage for the young heir to a noble woman. This led to the heir unceremoniously ending all his scandalous relationships with women, including one with a young housemaid named Sashi. Sashi came from a family of poor farmers, but her beauty shone brighter than the sun, something that had caught the young heir's eye. By the time his marriage was being arranged, she had already had a life growing inside her, and the two had made vows to run away and start a new life together. And yet the young heir cruelly and wantonly cast her aside. Likely, he simply did not want his prospective marriage to be ruined. So the Tsunekis kicked Sashi out and drove her to some far-off place where they could forget her existence, despite the peace of the family she carried with her. People say that she was fighting back tears so hard that blood began to trickle from her eyes. Well, it's no wonder that, like, Hinako probably hasn't heard very many tales of happy people after their arranged marriages. The main one that she has is her sister Junko's, which she questions the happiness of. I think she would attribute it to tolerance more than anything else. Ugh, it's awful. But it does seem to be dropping more of these hints of arranged marriage. Oh, an Omamori. The Hound. Slightly restores current max sanity. Okay. That could be useful. Let's head back. Now we've got our crest. Oh, maybe I can't. Where am I going here? Where am I going, kitty? I've got the Black Sparrow crest. It would seem there's a way to go there. But I'd have to get through this wall. Aha! Puzzle solver Brady! Uses a basic mechanic of the game that was already introduced to him. Ah. Don't sever them. Keep them. Or do. Sever them differently than we're currently planning to. Prove your intent with the crests. 3. Show what lies deep within your heart. Let the line of foxes guide you. Offer the crests and lay bare your soul. Okay. Oh, so this is telling the story. Well, I have one of the crests. And it looks like it's supposed to go in one of these spots. I have the black bird, which wishes to take the white bird. White bird wishes to resist. White bird is probably one of these ones that's sticking out, or maybe it's here. Okay. Well, we can come back and see if that's correct. But it can stay there for now. All right, now I need to find the white bird. Stuck. Oh, it can go in Shit, there's a lot of slots. So it could go in any of them. Damn it! It's gonna be much more difficult. Okay. I don't think I can progress until I put it in the right spot, so... Okay, Brady. Put your brain cells together here. Let the line of foxes guide you. Okay, the line starts back here. The blackbird wishes to take the white bird. So, is anyone taking something from someone else? This fox seems to be being carried by another one. Maybe it goes here. More emblems. Fuck, I don't know. Maybe I have to go back a little bit. Ah, some divine water. What's that? Strict mother's letter. Good morning, my handsome boy. Your real last name is Tsuneki. It is told that those of the Tsuneki lineage are destined to bring good fortune when the world is in disorder. In fact, that is how your father earned succession to the Tsuneki lineage. And you, who have inherited your father's noble blood, are sure to be next in line. To make your name, I took one character from your father's name and one character from mine. That way, when anyone from the Tsuneki family hears your name, they will immediately know you are our child. That's your main lot in life, to be lineage. So fucked. Imagine just being your own person. What's that? What was that stomping around? I don't like stomping. Come get clawed to bits wherever you are. Shit. Okay, I was not expecting two of them. Oh my god, this sucks so much. Can't see anything. Okay. I better siphon those souls. I was about to say, fix your posture, girl. Hunching over like that with your gangly but strong demon fox arm can't be good for your back. I'm not sure if there's any actually... Oh. Anything to do in this room? I suppose it isn't. Oh, great. That's exactly what I was hoping to see. This one looks kind of different, actually. No! Not as lucky. Easy. Sealed with a talisman. Okay, well, how do I unseal it? No talismans. Okay. Ah, the white sparrow. Innocent and afraid. Come on, Hinako, you gotta wake the fuck up from this shit. Okay, so the White Sparrow wants to resist. Is there anyone in the portrait that is resisting something? This one's like kind of falling. That one's being given away. White bird wishes to resist. I mean, this one is going the opposite direction as all the others, so I'm gonna put it there. And the third one, it's probably a fox. He notices not the two birds in conflict. So it would be one of them that's like not paying attention. Maybe this one is not noticing. Well, we have to get the crest first. Can't go that way. God, there's so much blood. It's like sort of gotten used to it in a sense, but also not. Like the imagery is so horrifying. Jeez. Every time he shows up.
お取り込み中ごめんなさい。ひなことほんの少しだけ話がしたいのだけれど、よろしいかしら。
では。
お姉ちゃん、殺せた？しっかりと。うん。しっかりね。しっかりって。今日だけはお姉ちゃんとあなたの二人だけの秘密にしてあげる。でも今日を超えてまだ生き残っていることがあるのなら、お姉ちゃんが彼のためにもあなたを殺すからね。
もう少し外していた方がいいかな。
So rude. They've literally been together for like 10 seconds.
お時間をありがとうございます。
Fuck the fox man.
それではこれにて。
So she's talking about the Hinako within, which we have not killed yet. Dude, it was like 10 seconds. Rude. Rude man. Don't rush me. I feel like I'm in a rush. This is fucking marriage. This is what it's gonna be like. Ugh. Let's get this over with so we can get our face bashed in with the pipe by the real Hinako. And she can rip the stupid fox arm off and kill the stupid fox man with it. That's what I want to see. I want it to be a ceremonious bloodbath. And then I wanted her to take the pipette and I wanted to stick it into the crevice of Junko's mask and her rotting face. And I wanted to pry it off so that I can shake her and say, believe this fucking marriage life. This is bullshit. Join me and be an independent woman fighting in this man's world. And we will slay every single man who comes to us with propositions of marriage. We'll liberate the victims of these unfair arrangements. That's what we'll do. With our trusty pipes and our trusty blades and our trusty bats and our trusty axes. That's what I think the end of the game is going to be like. It's going to be exactly like that. Okay. I can stop being delusional for just a moment to finish this puzzle. The fox brings along his followers in triumph. He notices not the two birds in conflict. I mean, it's got to be like this one, right? Actually. No. I mean, the fox is not noticing. He's literally looking away from everything. Maybe it's this one? That's what I originally thought. No. He's not bringing them along. He's on his all on his lonesome. This has got to be the fox one. This is bringing the others along, not noticing. I mean, it could just be this. Am I like being stupid for not just looking at the image that it gave me and thinking that it's gonna happen over there, but it's actually happening over here? The white bird must be this one dressed in white inside the carriage. And the blackbird is someone. No. Maybe that one up there. Damn it, there's too many options for me to just put it in every place and try to guess. Okay, back to the drawing board. Brain cells. I have to, if I do this is going back to the old anime days. When I really need to focus, I do this. So I can focus all of my brain activity in this cone in front of me. Let the line of foxes guide you. Okay, so this is a line, and they're naked in the background there. And they're guiding me to look this way, okay. Offer the crest and lay bare your soul, okay. The blackbird wishes to take the white bird. Taking. Who is being taken? I mean, they're carrying this one. I don't know if they're being captured. It looks like a nice little ride, to be honest. And why are there two slots? I feel like it would be stupid to ignore the fact that it says right in the tutorial, basically, that one of them goes here. But I thought that was just misdirection. That's got to be the fox. He is the leader. I mean, maybe this one's not the leader. I keep going back to, like, square one every time I get it wrong. Maybe it's this. No good. I need cat energy. One of my cats needs to come over and help me solve this puzzle. Oh, literally, as I say that. Are you here to help me solve this puzzle? Are you gonna come up here and help me figure this shit out? Please? Please! Okay. What do you think I should do, Mio? Can you use your wisdom, your feline wisdom? Cats and foxes are not in any way related in the animal kingdom, as far as I know, but you are closer to a fox than I. Can you tell me what the fuck I'm looking at here? Let's work backwards. He notices not the two birds in conflict. Okay. So they've got to be not noticing. This one's not noticing shit because it's not even looking backwards. That guy's noticing. He's noticing the whole situation. So this has got to be the fox. It's got to be. Right? Mio? Give my microphone a headbutt if you confirm your understanding of this puzzle. The other ones are in conflict. This is the only conflict I see. This is like the White Sparrow being taken. And this is the only one that's kind of like related to it. Why isn't it giving me an error message like it normally does? It's confusing to me. Is it telling me that I have these two right or something? Or is it just glitchy? No, it's just glitchy. Maybe I have this all wrong. Maybe the fucking leader is this one. Having a great time in this little carriage. And they're not paying attention to... This is the only area in the whole fucking thing that looks like a conflict. The two birds in conflict. This looks like he's grabbing the lantern and holding another one. Maybe he's the blackbird. Because he's trying to grab. And this one's trying to keep. Okay, maybe this is wrong. Who is the leader? Who is not noticing all this shit? Oh! I have no idea, to be honest. Some of that was not deduction and just random fucking chance. Whatever. Puzzle over. God damn it. This is just getting increasingly difficult. I think it's our fox-like abilities. They're making us stupid. Also, you were no help, Kitty. To be honest.
これが君のものだ。さあ、君も。
My eyes roll back into my skull at every mention of marriage now. This game has taught me to be fearful of marriage. To be disgusted by childbearing. Disgusted and fearful. It's technically true, it is because of him. Okay. Some kind of convergence is coming up. Parents. She loves them despite everything. Get the pipe. Oh, not a pipe. Yaks. Man, yeah, despite everything, she still loves her parents, and it's horrific for anyone to see them, whatever just happened to them. Let's take the crowbar. So I have a comment as we proceed towards the end of this game to make about the extent of the psychological work that I think would need to take place to help Hinako recover from something like this. I kind of want to see what final state we end up in. Still plenty of trauma left to go, though, before any healing talks. Oh, it pains me to see her so angry, though. Like, I recognize that's just a part of her now, and it's actually a big part of how she survived everything, but Hinako deserves happiness, not torture, not endless torture. No, fuck! These ones have been getting me this entire game. Oh my god. Hinako needs a nice spa day. Wash off all that blood and trauma. Just a nice spa day. So, the way that she's talking about it as well, like who she's talking to isn't this sort of illness, but I think that is she drawing a connection between everything that's happening being a cause of this like part of herself that's the more submissive to her situation, the other Hinako. And everything we're seeing is a kind of representation of the decay of everything she loves. Or it could also not be metaphorical. She could just be saying this to the rotting masses of pus and monsters. Ultimately, whatever she's yelling at, it's getting the bat. At the same time, everything you took from me, there's plenty about her life that was already pretty undesirable. Which I just think makes her such a good person. Like, despite the fact that she's been abused and neglected by her parents, she still wants them in her life, of course. She loves them. Oh, it's so unfair for this to happen to such a good soul. Get it all out, Hinako. Get it all out. Does seem she's thinking of that other Hinako. Oh my god. The number of enemies is increasing. Gonna need a new baseball bat here in a second. I love when the bat turns from a bashing weapon into a stabby weapon. It's kind of great. It's kind of wonderful. Okay, I am basically out of sanity here. Let's get some more of that sanity going. You know, despite everything that's horrible about the other side of Hinako's life, I really could use like a demon fox arm of some sort right now to like bash my way through all of these enemies. I'm just saying it would be useful. I'm not saying it would be pleasant or desirable. Or that it might not come at immense cost to my entire personality. I'm just saying it would be very useful to have right this moment. That is the thing that attacked us earlier. Please don't. No, come on, no. This is so stressful. I still don't know if we're gonna make it. If that's like our final form, after all this bullshit, maybe we'll reject killing ourselves after all. I hope so. Oh my god. It's all the more tragic, of course, that it's Junko. For most of the story, she's been someone that kind of represents, like, to Hinako, someone who is a victim of the same societal influence of, like, this is the, you know, most optimal or really only path to, like, happiness for women is to kind of accept that you're going to have to live this kind of life like their mother did. And that acceptance is its own choice for being independent, and that contentment and happiness are possible in that acceptance. I've always felt like Hinako sees Junko's decision and her perspective as more strategic, like that deep down she also hates this, and that this is just how she's chosen to survive it. I think she sees that in contrast to someone like Rinko, who is like almost tortured emotionally and spiritually by the pressures to have these sort of like womanly pursuits and to, you know, be with someone and for the appearance of all of that, to the point that she starts destroying her own friendships and other things that are important to her. I think she sees mom as a third way of approaching this, which is playing the part essentially, right? Like her mom knows that it's awful that her father is a terrible person. You can tell by her exasperation and her desperation at, trying to protect Hinako, but also be subservient to the father figure. So she sees her mother as pitiful. She sees Junko as, I think, more strategic, right? She's talking here about how she found a quickest solution to a puzzle, and the puzzle of life and marriage being to accept it. And then someone like Rinko, who it's more tragic that the societal pressures and expectations are so overwhelmingly important for survival that they come in between friendship and they override any close history that they had. And Hinako herself, of course, she represents like total defiance to this. Aside from what we're seeing on like the other side. But then to see that at the end, Junko is kind of like the worst infusion of both mom and Rinko, which is this: there is no alternative. You have to do this. And if you don't, like, I'm going to punish you. You don't deserve to live as an independent woman. It's for your own good, like very sinister. I know better. And the complete removal of any familial attachment in service to that. The sort of like vicious competitiveness of Rinko and the toxic subservience of mom combined into the person that we looked to for guidance of how to strategically survive these conditions. So like it's basically the most fucked up thing that could happen to her, second to her face removed, fox demon transformed alternative self, killing her own parents and then nearly crushing her face to death. It's basically the worst things in succession that could happen to poor Hinako. I just hope that there's some kind of... I'll take a neutral resolution to this, if not a peaceful one. May we find peace. I don't know if peace is really on the table at the moment. Can I fight Foxman? Can we take him out and end this charade? Okay, kitty. It's drama time. Oh, wait a second. Is that thing like... both of us? No. No. The white robes with the fox arm, though. Well, this is going to be so horrifying. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not like a fusion of the two of us. I thought like marriage.
お別れをあなたが幸せをつかんでくれることを
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure, Junko. Bitch. No way. We actually do get the fox arm. I hate when I like joke about something and then it becomes real.
血が綺麗
Oh, this is fucked up. So fucked up. Okay, so yes. Evidently, we've turned into the horrific amalgamation of marriage. A married woman. Forced marriage, I should say. Marriage by choice, good. Marriage by force, bad. Marriage by choice, also sometimes not good. Probably. I don't know. I'm not married. You tell me. But I was kind of thinking, like, yeah, we would maybe fuse with the Foxman. I'm glad we didn't. Less Foxman, the better. Oh, the doll. Don't go that way. That's pretty good advice, little doll. So it actually seems the doll represents, in some sense, the more clear intuition of the Hinako who's defiant. There's been a couple of moments throughout the story where even when we were the Hinako in the sort of regular world, there was some second guessing of that intuition, right? When we sort of turned our back to Rinko, and before all of this happened, when the two were kind of closer together, like starting to listen to the fox man. And so it's not a one-to-one to Hinako, but something even more deeper, like really that early childhood experience before she was even maybe aware of a lot of the societal implications. And it's still in there and speaking to us in some capacity. You won't be able to see your father or mother anymore. I also just want to say, it's one of my favorite storytelling approaches. I hesitate to call it a trope because that makes it seem like it's, cliche or something, but it is an approach to have the protagonist return to some sort of place of origin, either literally or metaphorically, and to kind of see what's changed. And much has changed for the worse. But even in this Hinako's perspective, the fact that the game has communicated that becoming more demon-like, becoming more attuned to the Foxman and all of that is mechanically been more empowering. From a character focus, it's been disempowering. The power that we gain from it is very foreign. You can see even as she's sort of like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's really a part of her still. And that ultimately is something that, the original Hinako needed, was a sense of empowerment. But what she found was, I can suppress my emotions and awareness through substances, and I can fall in line as Rinko and Junko and my mother have to society's expectations of me. And in that way, survival is empowering by its very nature. But she's constantly been at war with herself, with whether that survival is worth the cost of who she really is. It's so complicated. Okay. We're almost home.
世界が私を祝福してる。両親にも会いに行こう。
Oh, is that what all of this is? A celebration. One of these things. It's so badass though. Yeah, fuck yeah. Disgusts me how cool it is. Won't be able to stay as you are now. Love the way that it's changed the environment as well from what was a very horrifying decolorizing of our home, of the fog town, to the sort of like beauty of sunrise, and all during the same point that like things are getting more and more disturbing. It is quite pretty, I have to say.
Hinakoや、綺麗だよ。ほら、お父さん。
ここはもうお前の家ではない。一人で帰ってきても敷居をまたげると思うな。
What the fuck? What is happening? Okay. We're still in there. Still a chance here. God, the twists and turns here. I do think that what we're seeing is this side of us seeming to win out by just a shred. But we're going to have to kill that fucking thing. That part of us. Which is tragic because it's still a part of us that cares about surviving and doing what it feels is best for us. It's very tragic to have to kill off a part of you that is also invested in your own life and in your own happiness. But from our perspective, it got it wrong about what survival should be and can look like. So it has to die. A violent and painful axe death. And this can be a part of working on similar kinds of trauma of people who have survived horrific things and had to do certain things that they later regret. Ways of surviving. It's natural to hate that part of yourself that sort of accepted or gave in to something that you later regret. And it's okay to disagree with, you know, the actions that someone took earlier in their life to survive. But it's also okay to forgive the part of yourself that allowed for survival instincts to take over and do its best to help you in that moment. It doesn't always have to be all black and white. Beyond trauma work, it also comes into play in addiction a lot, and that seems to be an aspect of Hinako's experience of using substances to cope, which is that it's common to look back on things done in addiction and how deep the dependency was and the person that someone was with great shame and hatefulness. And again, it's okay to dislike a part of yourself that resorted to things like that. Or if you have memories of doing things that you now consider abhorrent. And you also have to consider the environment that you grew up in, the predispositions that you were faced with, as Hinako was, with the abusive household, the substance use in the home. The deck was really stacked against her for healthy coping mechanisms to begin with, unfortunately. And I think she still played a pretty good hand regardless of that. It's too easy to fall into a state of mind where you blame yourself for every decision that you ever took, when the range of decisions that you had to begin with were never your choice. Yes. Childhood Hinako. It's going to help us destroy everything. When taking fatal damage from normal attacks, this mirror will break instead. Oh. Okay. Cool. So we get one extra life, basically. At least there's no more puzzles to solve. Okay, with more combat trials. Watch him give me a fucking puzzle to solve. Right at the end. Ah, the old sledgehammer.
りはでき
Ooh, lots of items. You know what that means. It's bashing time.
「まさかまだ生き残っていようとは」
お姉ちゃんは所詮は向こう側の人間。私の気持ちなんてわからない。
落ち着いて。あなたがどうしてここにいるかわかる？
わからない。ここはどこ？怖いや。辛い。気持ち悪い。帰りたい。
それは何なの？あなたいつから飲んでるの？そんなに飲んで大丈夫なの？
全然大丈夫だよ。これを飲むと落ち着くから。
もうやめなさい。それを飲むのをやめて。
私にかなわないで。これが全ての根源。
I no longer think that this is good for her, as I said at the beginning. But you need to bash her feelings out. I think it's putting additional stress on everything.
お前は私の全てを奪った。サクコもリンコもシュウも奪い、お父さんもお母さんも。私を返せ。奪った全てを返せ。
All right, let's fucking do this. Oh, shit. Okay. It's gonna be multiple attacks. Fuck. What am I supposed to do here? Am I supposed to just get out of the range? Oh, right, I have the mirror. Yes! Oh my god, let's go! Don't give up, Hinako, please! Oh. I didn't make it. Didn't make it, but 20 seconds. Oh. How many chances of this do I get? Oh, I have all these pills. Oh, that's depressing. Just take drugs. Whoa, what the fuck? There's like multiple pipes. And the pipe cannot be broken. Yes, let's be done with this place. Just fucking destroy everything. If Hinako hates it, I hate it. This girl has been through enough. Just fuck off. Forever. Let's fucking blow this place, girl. Leave us. Oh my god, that's so horrifying. Just get me the fuck out of here. I feel so much like her right now. Just get me the fuck out. Just smash everything. Fucking destroy it all. All this bullshit. All this creepy gooner foxman garbage. Oppressive parent bullshit. You ruined my life. You ruined my friends. Just fuck off.
待ってくれみんな。ひなことは私が話す。ひなこ、なぜどうしてお前の心を分かってやれたと思っていたんだ。
Something is happening outside of all of the metaphorical wrappings here. She might be like overdosing or something. And of course, is getting shamed for it. This is so wrong. This is so the wrong way to handle everything that is going on with her. You are fucking it up. Oh, and even Shu is apologizing. I was harsh on that boy, but he's not so bad. What is that? Oh man. The pills are everywhere. Even calling back to how there were bottles everywhere with her father. It's so fucked up and so brilliant, the storytelling. Sirens. Yeah, I think she's like having an overdose. What? Okay, I see why you need to play through this multiple times. However, I do think I have some ideas about what was occurring there. Girl in this world, born in shackles, she must be. Commandments of the olden days are harder than stone. Seized by the hands at youth. Firmly clasped the girl's hands are. This track is so good. At the end, I also noticed she had the brooch on the non-demon Hinako, which was a little bit of that substance use, dissociative coping. I don't know, maybe slipping in. My goodness, how tragic. It's basically a summary of this game. No, Hinako. Holy shit. Oh, it's so much worse than I thought. So in the first episode, I talked about this idea of like, you know, it's good for Hinako to work this anger out. I no longer think that is the case. That idea kind of relies on being in a healthy state of mind with more executive control over your biological stability. And if it's intentional, you know, to work out some of those emotions in a active way, then great, that's great. But what I think we just saw is the story of someone who was put into an arranged marriage, Hinako and the Foxman, saw what this did to Junko, saw what falling into society's roles did to Rinko, how it destroyed everyone's friendships, their identity, obviously how it's destroyed her mother's life. Hinako coped with that by using the red pills, which allowed her to dissociate and suppress. But I think at the breaking point of her mind, her sanity, she likely overdosed. And if the last scene is any hint at what she did, it seems like at her wedding, she fucking killed everyone. Or somebody. Maybe the groom, maybe her parents. And she's still at large. So, no, working out her anger, she is not in the, the state to where it's an intentional replacement of an understood emotion. This is someone whose nervous system is so damaged and whose psyche is so wounded from constant feelings of survival and being, you know, threatened and never having a space to really be herself, express herself, or to be treated normally when what she's going through is quite normal. Growing up in an abusive household, being forced into marriage, like, it is not a disorder for that to cause problems for someone. It's not disordered behavior for that to cause a survival instinct emotionally and physically to do everything she can to get out of that state. However, once she starts using coping skills that become maladaptive, meaning that they provide immediate relief, the substances, but that they don't cause any real removal of the stressor or any change upon the person that allows them to deal with the stressor better, then the problematic behaviors become more descriptive of psychiatric issues, ultimately leading to violence. And I guess in a sense I got what I wanted, what I campaigned for throughout the story, which was like the true Hinako, the one who wants to remain independent, in a sense, won out, didn't go through with the marriage, but the cost on her psyche to live both of those mentalities, the person who was dissociatively trying to live with it and accept it, and the part of her that fought against that, killing the part of her that she despised, that was going to submit, also meant not being able to control who she was. And she likely made some choices, if I'm reading that last scene right, that don't exactly point to freedom or a sense of healing from gaining this independence. However, I do not like to end these series on negative terms, even when we've played games that don't resolve themselves with positivity or optimism. The message that I was kind of hinting at earlier when I talked about what would the scale of work with someone like Hinako be, and you might be surprised by my answer, is to say that it would be very intuitive to say that, well, she's been through so much suffering, so much trauma. The severity of the issues presented from these experiences might point us to the idea that the length, intensity, and severity of the treatment would also be quite extensive. The thing is, though, with severe traumas, with someone who's had complex traumas like Hinako, meaning that they've been there her entire life, from the way that she's grown up as a kid into adulthood, there would need to be some pretty precise and intense interventions to help with some of these more psychiatric things. But actually, in some sense, the more trauma that someone goes through, especially if it's been over a lifespan, the more this person has already developed an innate adaptability to their circumstances. Not all of their adaptations will be healthy. Some will have a difficult time changing or iterating on, like the substance use. And I don't think that violence was a coping skill of hers. I think that was an outcome of everything that happened. But she survived living in a home where she is not respected. She survived maintaining a love for her parents despite many transgressions from them against her. She survived balancing what are healthy friendships on the surface with individuals involved, like Rinko's, personal issues, kind of driving them apart. And she survived the entire environmental, sociocultural circumstances that she's in and the expectations on her. And the more that someone has had to go through, the more that they have had to develop adaptations to. And trauma work isn't a process of like trying to excise, carve away damaged material from someone. It's a process of surfacing the parts of someone that were resilient and adaptable and actually allowed them to be survivors even in those traumatic situations. And so, yes, there would be behavioral and psychiatric and physiological things that would need to be done to help Hinako stabilize, especially after what seems to be kind of a moment of psychosis. Don't think it's in her nature to be that violent. I think that's an outcome of, a breach in her conscience. But the identity work, Hinako has survived so much, and reattaching the things that she's done to her, there's a lot more material there than someone who hasn't had to go through a lot of traumas. And that's not to say that always speeds up the process, but it is the case that building on from what someone has already done to adapt to their circumstances is an advantage to someone who hasn't developed a lot of adaptability traits yet. And that's a pure consequence of the length and scale of the difficult things she's gone through, that they've happened from very early on in her life. But this is a way of looking at someone more humanistically and saying, okay, everything that's going on with her, you could describe them as symptoms of disorders, the substance abuse, the dissociation, the defensiveness and anger, or you could see them as proof of her survival and look at them as ways that she adapted to her circumstances that were effective, but not always healthy. And unfortunately, they were pushed to a limit where they stopped even being effective and led to more severe consequences, to where I don't think she fully knew what she was doing at the end. But there's just so much good about her that I think is still there. And why not try to build from those things instead of focusing only on everything she did wrong and everything that's wrong with her? If someone has a lifetime of suffering, then they also have a lifetime of surviving. And I think that's inherently valuable, regardless of what she did and who she is and what it resulted in. So, yes, I do think there is hope for someone like Hinako and anyone like her. It would not be easy, of course. But the fact that she came so close, even despite everything going on around her, it's amazing that it took all of that to break her limits. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a series. However, this isn't really the end, because I do want to see the alternative story elements, which I expect to fill in some of the blanks of the story that I'm only sort of guessing at here. And I would expect some more characterization to everyone we met along the way. I don't know if I'm going to record those as typical gameplay sessions, because there would be a lot of repeated sections. I may just play through it on my own time. I'll find some way to give you my up-to-date reactions and thoughts. I may end up finishing out a couple of different playthroughs and then doing a video to kind of wrap everything up. Normally at the end of these series, I like to, add some kind of editing element that captures my sentiment about the main themes of the game, but I don't feel like I know enough of them from just one playthrough to do that. So I will try to put that into the creative efforts of whatever I do to finish this series properly. But for now, I so appreciate you watching this series. I know it took a long time. I do apologize for how slow it's been. But as always, thank you for enjoying it anyways. So there's more of this series to come in some other format. And until then, be good to yourselves, and I'll see you next time.